February 14th, the very important day with a big announcement. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, February 14th is a very important day and there will be a big announcement that we certainly need to pay attention to, as this is going to impact all of us and we need to stay tuned with what is actually going on. And no, I am not talking about Valentine's Day, although yes, that is also a very important day. That's not what I'm talking about here in this video, but I do want to talk about a big announcement that will be released on that day, so let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side every single day, watching all this new information hitting the wire, doing all the necessary research, and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what is actually going on, and most importantly, how it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course anything else going on out there. I want to bring it to your attention right away as things are changing very, very rapidly. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and also remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. That is my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. Alright, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about February 14th, and no, not Valentine's Day. Here's what it comes down to. We're going to be getting that big announcement in the morning of February 14th when it comes to the CPI, Consumer Price Index, which is otherwise known as the inflation report. This is a very big and highly anticipated number and announcement that comes out once per month. Generally, it comes out around the middle of the month and is for the previous month to let us know what is going on with inflation. Now, this is a very, very important metric because we all know inflation is very, very high right now. And it has been very high for a very long time. In fact, about a year and a half, inflation has been very, very elevated. Now, yes, to be fair, it has been coming down a little bit over the last several months here, but it's been coming down really, really slowly. I think we can all recognize that. It topped out at 9.1% last summer in June. And then since then, it's been going down a teeny tiny bit. And here we are all these months later, and it is still very, very high. Now, here's the thing. We've got to continue watching this because we know that if this inflation continues to persist and if it does not come down anytime soon, we know that there's going to be additional actions taken out of the Federal Reserve to continue raising interest rates and other things to bring this economy down a little bit so that this inflation actually slows down and stops rising, right? Now, here's the thing as well. I want to point this out because over the last several months here, I've been doing this as well, and I want to bring this to your attention. Every single month when we get these CPI data releases, I dig into the report, right? Rather than just looking at the headline number like all the politicians do, they look at it and say, oh, inflation's going down. But is it really? Maybe the headline number is showing that it's going down, but as we dig into those reports, we continue to find time after time, oh, wait, yes, maybe the headline number is going down a little bit, but oh, gee, look at that. Food went up another 1%. Shelter went up another 0.8%. Healthcare costs went up another 0.5%. So that's what we're going to do again in this report. When we get this data release on the morning of the 14th, again, I'm going to dig into it and see what's really going on, because here's the thing. The politicians and all these people like this, they don't tell you the real picture. They don't share with you the entire picture. They just show you one little corner of it and they say, look, it's a little bit better than it was last month. Is that the real thing though? We've got to look into it and see, what are we, the people, the consumers, really spending our money on? And is inflation really going down? Well, here's the thing. I can tell you this much. We've seen this from multiple reports, probably over the last year or even more than that. We've continued to see food prices continue to raise every single month. Now, let me ask you this much. Are you going out there and are you spending more money every single month on food, or are you spending more money on gas? Well, I would anticipate you're probably spending more money on food. So even though gas might be coming down a little bit, and yes, this is being reflected in their inflation report, well, are you spending maybe, I don't know, $50, $80 a month on gas, and maybe you're spending $200, $300, $400, $500 a month on food? Well, what matters more then? A little bit of inflation coming down on gas that they all talk about? Or is it more important that the concern is that inflation is still rising on food? Well, let me ask you this much as well. Can you live without food? Well, maybe for a little while, right? To be fair, yes, a little while you can. Can you live without gas? Yeah, 100%. You can live 100% without gas if you needed to. Without food? that's not going to work very long, okay? We don't want to do that. We've all got to buy food. My point is, we need to watch the things that are actually being consumed by us, the American people. Food, shelter, healthcare, the very important things. We've got to look at these things because this is where we're actually spending our money right now. Are we going out buying new cars and clothing and gas and all kinds of stuff like this? Well, yes, maybe every so often, but we're not spending the majority of our money on these things like we are shelter and food and healthcare and important things like that, right? So, long story short, when we do get this report out on the morning of the 14th, I'm going to dig into it deep as I always do and let you know what's really going on with the inflation because I'm sure the headline number probably will come down a little bit. Yes, we've seen headline numbers coming down here over the last few months. That's good. But at the end of the day, as we dig into the report and say, oh, great, the headline number came down a little bit, but yet look at that. Food went up another whatever, 0.5%, 0.75%, 1%, 1.25%, whatever it happens to be. Is that a solution or is that an equation that's actually working? Well, not really, right? Because that's where we're spending our money right now. So either way, this is a very important report for a variety of reasons. Number one, we need to see what's going on because this report is in reference to January. Oh, well, by the way, this is what the politicians also love to say as well. This is delayed information. It's old information. Really? I mean, yeah, okay, we're talking about January, but at the same time, it wasn't that long ago. You know what I mean? Yes, it's maybe a little bit delayed, but at the same time, if it was happening in January, do you think it's maybe still happening now? Well, yeah, probably, right? So anyway, that's just something that they love to say every single time. So again, I'm going to dig into this report, but again, this is something we got to watch closely because it gives us a glimpse into what's going on with inflation for the month of January. It's also letting us know what the Federal Reserve is likely going to do with their next meeting in the next 6 weeks. As they come together for their next FOMC meeting, it's going to let us know, are they going to raise interest rates again? What are they going to do there? Are they going to be aggressive? Are they going to step off the gas a little bit? What's going on there? At the same time, it gives us a better glimpse into what's actually happening with this inflation. And is it coming down? Is it finally plateauing? Is it dropping off a cliff? Is it rising again? What's going on here? Well, that's all going to be revealed here in a matter of just days here with this next report. So this is very important to understand. And again, you might be looking at this thinking, who cares? I don't really care about inflation. I don't care about the CPI report. That's okay. You don't need to care. I'm not asking you to care. I'm just simply telling you, whether you care or not, it's going to impact us. Whether we watch this and whether we actually care about CPI or the inflation report, we probably want to care a little bit because it's ultimately going to result in how much more money is coming out of our pockets every month that a lot of people don't have, right? So therefore, it's probably something that's pretty important that we probably want to pay attention to a little bit, right? So anyway, that's why I'm bringing this to your attention and why we've got to watch this very, very closely. Anyway, I'll continue to watch it closely as well as all the other announcements, the reports, and everything else coming out as well. But at the same time, I hope that you have a really nice Valentine's Day. I mean, seriously, at the end of the day, that's hopefully something nice will happen at least. But anyway, hope you're doing well. Again, hope you're staying warm out there, right? Craziness right now out there across the country. Very cold. Either way, hope you're staying warm. Remember, I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and always stay tuned here as I'm watching all this stuff in real time every single day. All these announcements that are coming out, a lot of things that are happening. The new Congress is in, obviously, as we know, for quite a few weeks now. Well, not quite a few weeks now they've been in place. And again, we'll have to continue watching them to see what they're up to and how they want to change our lives. And we all know this. It's generally not in a good way, right? So anyway, I'll continue watching all of it closely. I'll bring it to you here in these short videos and to help you out in any way that I can. So again, enjoy your day, subscribe, share, and go back and check out the other videos. Until next time, have a good one, enjoy, and I'll catch you again later in the next